Russians are the Chinese people of white people.
Right.
Yeah, that's offending 4 groups in one sentence. Gentlemen, welcome, Bangkok, City of Legends. We are very pleased to be joined by a special guest, Davison Boswell, New York comic. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited. This is second episode ever. Yeah, prostitution. Actually, no. I'm here to do comedy. I've been here for 2 months doing comedy at the Comedy Joint. Know all you guys from doing that. I've been enjoying it a lot. Yeah.
So, prostitution.
Yeah, exactly. Of a different kind. Yeah.
And this is your last day?
This is my last day. Heading back to New York City tomorrow by way of Taiwan. Have you guys been to Taiwan before?
Taiwan's cool, but It's not what this podcast is about.
Okay, nice. yeah.
Are you staying in Taiwan for a bit? Or are you doing
No, just scoping it out for Xi, and then I'm heading on to New York City. Yeah.
Nice.
So today's episode is on white people, because you don't want to hear a bunch of white people talking about Asians.
Yeah.
But we are talking about Bangkok, so we're going to talk about all the different types of white people you happen to see in Bangkok in your travels. You made a funny reel about the white Saviours.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd get you on.
Yeah, so I met this guy who was from Connecticut out here, and he had the classic elephant pants, open linen shirt, you know, that combo, with the puka shell necklace, a lot of like tattoos that I'm sure the Thai people who put it on him were like, wow, this is not meaningful at all. This is just like a dragon that I'm painting essentially on your chest. And I forget, his name was like Corey or something like that. And he was telling me like, man, what's keeping you in New York? You know, it's so much better out here and stuff like that. So I was just curious if you guys have met people that think that living in Thailand is part of their spiritual enlightenment.
How long had he been in Thailand?
I believe like 2 years. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like I have full sympathy with the people that are newish here and really excited. But then there's a type of person that's been here for like more than 18 months and decided that they're going to lecture everyone else on just how amazing this is and why everyone should emigrate.
Do you know what this guy does for a living?
He sells like bottled like essences, you know what I mean? Like perfumes and scents and stuff like that he makes out of
snake oil?
Essentially a literal snake oil salesman, you know, talismans, you know, that he makes out of like different...
Oh, so magic.
Yeah. He's a new age shaman. And, you know, you guys might be familiar with the continental United States, but Connecticut is known for Yale and like the opioid crisis. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he has much of a leg to stand on in terms of like coming from a enlightened place. I don't know. So,
yeah, but he lives in Thailand now. So
I know.
He's gone on a spiritual journey.
He's better.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And who's buying this stuff that he's selling?
I would imagine people that look like me. You know what I mean? It's probably part of his pitch.
There's always a dumber, newer age hippie.
Right. Suckers born every minute, you know.
And you can live off that? Like
how much
for one talisman? Like 500 baht?
I wonder sometimes if these people have a little bit of angel investing from their parents or some dead grandfather. You know, like
that would be a through line as we go through the various types of farang that you get in this country. That's a through line throughout. Is the people living on either the bank of mum and dad, or they've recently acquired some money.
Right, somebody died.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. And now
God,
they're giving
jealous.
you...
I know, right? Yeah, but maybe that'll be the theme of this podcast, and be like, maybe they have it figured out, actually.
But I think that's key, though, is you meet so many weird fuck-ups in this town, and you're like, how are they functioning? And number one, they're not. That's why they ended up here. Mm-hmm. And number two, they're not. They're barely surviving on a rapidly emptying bank account.
Or they have investors of another kind.
Yeah. Is there a sugar daddy, sugar baby like pipeline out here? You know what I mean? Are there white people?
You'd need bigger tits, bro.
Yeah. I would imagine so.
I mean, you're someone's type. Have you been to a gay
Pattaya? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, but have you been to like Ceylon, the gay soy?
No reason to go. I appreciate that.
You're getting out just in time, actually. I went there once for Songkran, and it's the most molested I've ever been.
Okay,
I went to boarding school. So
Catholic boarding schools?
I know what I'm doing after this now. It's good.
Last day here.
Right, exactly. It's like, try everything, you know?
Today's episode is sponsored by Gay Street on Soy 4.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking young man, though. I'm sure there's like There's rich Thai ladies that want white gigolos. I'm sure that's not on our list.
I used to be handsome adjacent, like good enough looking to hang out with handsome people. And
To be the ugliest one in the handsome guy
I
group.
was the one that would have the funny stories in the group, you know? And there's definitely, for all the rich Thai guys that have multiple wives and mistresses, there is a jaded, frustrated second wife who feels lonely and will happily pay 20,000 baht to sleep
I'm like
with some
listening so
Romanian model.
yeah, all right.
On his way through
Pen and paper,
Bangkok.
pen and paper. This guy. Yeah.
He'll be back on Khao San Road talking to Corey next week. No, man, I've got it all figured out.
Yeah.
You think that's happiness? I found happiness.
right.
I'm someone's Mia Noi, baby.
Yeah. I have like whip marks on my back.
We should definitely do an episode on Thai extracurricular relationships. They have there's so much language for like, is it the second husband or the little husband or the gik or the
Yeah,
side piece?
for sure.
But let's keep it about the whites.
Yeah, of course.
Let's keep it white.
Yeah. And you said farang. I don't know if a lot of your audience is going to know immediately what that is. That means foreigner, right? In Thai?
People say it comes from the French phalanxed, which maybe is true.
Yeah. I think there's probably a deep-seated hatred for these type of white people that exists, not only among other white people, but probably the Thai local population.
Well, there's levels. And,
Yeah.
you know, like 30 years ago when the white people first came here, they were really looked up to and respected, and it was because it used
According
to be
to who?
difficult to travel to Thailand.
You're right.
So you had two groups of people, the very rich and the missionaries. And the missionaries were going around like, they had this one rock CD, right? Which was called like Golden Oldies. And you can hear these songs everywhere. Scorpions, Wind of Change.
Hell yeah.
Crocodile Rock. It's
Hey,
these
my
songs
father-in-law always plays
yeah.
Winds of Change.
You can go in the most rural area of Thailand and they will be playing one of these 12
Interesting.
songs on the radio because
Soft power, baby.
Mormon missionaries. I don't know if they're Mormon.
Soft rock, soft power.
That's what they're doing nowadays.
Yeah, please don't go any harder.
Rammstein? You guys heard of this?
What's the
No,
safe word for
Scorpions,
Germany?
baby.
We all need to know the
Sorry,
safe
what?
word for Germany to stop them going
yeah.
any harder.
You like the Scorpions, yeah?
So yeah, first there were few farang foreigners, and they had a good standing. But now the lid's off, and there's a term called farang kinok, which means like the farang that birds shit as they flew over our country.
Which, by the way,
That's brilliant.
I think is the best racial slur against white people that I've ever heard.
That's fucking
bird shit farang.
Because
I
none
agree,
of them
agree.
hurt our feelings.
No, not at
This
all.
has been talked about, cracker or whatever.
Yeah.
A honky. None of this
Yeah,
stuff
whatever,
actually
yeah.
hurts bird shit because bird shit is white. Pretty good.
Yeah.
When farang is actually a fruit, right? It's guava.
It's white and no one knows why, too. You know what I mean? Same as us. No, I'm just kidding. But
It's because the evil mad scientist created us.
Yakub, dude. Yeah. Off the coast of Africa, made us in a lab.
I'm not familiar with this theory.
You've never read The Nation of Islam?
Okay. Well, today's episode also sponsored by
Yeah, Elijah
Nation of
Muhammad,
Islam
dude.
and Gay Soy 4 on Ceylon.
Right. We have a
Unlikely
diverse
partners.
We'll have Louis Farrakhan on as our next guest.
Right. Yeah. You guys want to get on a watch list?
So yeah,
Definitely.
bird shit farang are like the bagpackers, and they've definitely dropped our standing a lot. Like Thais have realised now that foreigners aren't all that, and a lot of them aren't that wealthy.
I think there's also a group of people that are so impossibly either ugly or autistic that they have to come here and like.
and they're
yeah.
called podcasters.
Yeah, no. No, they're called
Comedians.
Yeah.
Oh, like the losers back home, the people that couldn't make it. anywhere
Right,
else,
yeah,
right?
exactly. And so there's this, and then a woman smiles at them for the first time ever, and they're like, oh,
Lose
shit,
their
maybe
mind.
that's like, this is this is the
Like
come all be all. No.
Back home, I'm a misunderstood genius.
Right, exactly. Like,
Here, where there's a language barrier, everyone sees how
Right.
smart I am.
Chris is right though. The veneer has definitely worn off here. Like if you go to certain areas of like rural Thailand, you'll still get like, oh my god, a phalang, and they'll want to take pictures with you and stuff. Here in Bangkok, they're on to us.
Yeah, they're just like, get out of my fucking way.
Like I haven't traveled extensively in other Southeast Asian countries, but I'd imagine it's pretty. They just assume that all white people are rich. Here in Bangkok, like a girl will be like, oh, you're an English teacher? All right, I know about you guys.
The other thing is like, I used to go around telling people, oh, my parents are rich. And again, 20 years ago, Thais used to be like, oh, cool, that means you're rich. Because in a Thai family, if your parents are rich, you get to share of that. But that's not how Farang work, right? Like, that doesn't mean anything. And
We're deeply selfish. Yeah.
Yeah, and until they die, none of that money's yours.
We're going to spend it on something stupid like healthcare in the United States, dude.
You don't have time to get on that rant.
But we do need our parents and grandparents to die.
That's a big part of our plan. Yeah. A little bit of rat poison every day, you know what I mean?
Not mine specifically, but
Yeah.
all of ours generally.
Yeah.
And then Davidson can live out his dream of selling talismans.
Potions. Yeah. He does say, he's like, what's keeping you what is keeping you in New York? And I was thinking in my head, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be around you, you know?
Does he live here on Khao San Road?
No, he lives in Koh Samui.
Okay.
Or Koh Phangan, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Koh means island, and those are where you find these
You're a
people.
translator for all the white. We've lived here too long.
Yeah. But this is where I run into these people more
Yeah.
predominantly. The people I run into in Bangkok that are white are sex tourists. You know what I mean? Like that,
Sexpats, they're
Yeah,
sometimes called.
sexpats, yeah.
That's if they move here.
Right. Yeah, if they move here. But it's interesting because another cardinal sin I think in the West is like trying to spit game wearing like chacos. You know what I mean? Wearing like chacos are like open-toed sandals with like straps on them.
Oh, the ones
you know?
I'm wearing currently, yeah.
No, those are not you. Never you. But yeah, it's just fascinating to like someone like with and one basketball shorts on, river shoes, an ill-fitting T-shirt, and they're like, "Hey, sexy," I'm
And
like,
a fanny pack.
and a fanny pack, and you're like, "Wow, this guy legitimately has a shot to get laid right now." You know what I mean? And I just don't. Outside of like very, very rural communities in the United States, that is not gonna work. Going to like a nightclub.
God, I love Thailand.
Yeah.
Stefan, what's your least favorite Farang here then?
Well, this covers it pretty well. These kind of the healers, the crypto investors, and these kind of
The crypto investors.
Oh, that's
you
a-
get
that's
them
a new-
everywhere, but
Yeah,
here
interesting
again,
branch.
like life is so cheap that the fact that they're broke hides the fact that they're terrible businessmen.
But what I find interesting here in Bangkok is like for me it's like a frontier city, right? Like it's like of course I wasn't alive then, but 19th century like gold rush atmosphere because like there's at least two types of foreigners here. They're the ones like the healers and the spirit ones. But there are high achievers here too, right? The UN people and people who work like CEO of some companies.
The people you hang out with.
Yeah, that's him, by the way. In case anybody was wondering which group he fell into, the high achiever.
Just so you know, Stefan dressed down for this podcast. We all dressed up for it.
No, it's like there are different kind of types of experts, and but the others they're as annoying, but in a different way, right? They're entitled and like, oh, I have a maid coming off, not ironing my shirt, and like, oh, what, you don't have an elevator that goes directly to your
They
apartment?
learn about the culture through their style.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's interesting. There's different types of experts, white experts or like foreign experts, OECD experts, I would say.
Right.
So
OECD, sorry, that's an acronym.
Organization for Economic Cooperation. Like Japan is part of that, for instance. So it's
We're going to start talking about Pillar 2
No.
tax.
but because comedy audiences, I feel they're quite nice because we get a lot of elephant pants wearing.
We get a lot of Corys.
Yes, a lot of Corys in the house, which was a TV
And
show.
thanks for coming to the show, by the way.
Yeah. We appreciate it. I'll be gone. I won't make fun of you
we
anymore.
love your parents' money very much.
It keeps the lights on here, keeps the mics on. But yeah, you do see these people, but like, I think if they're coming to a comedy show, these are not the self-important people that I despise the most. Like, if you have a sense of humor about it, if like you are living here and you're like, okay, this is like a better lifestyle for me, I like the weather. Those are very valid reasons to not live in your country anymore. But if you're going to also add a spiritual dimension to it and then talk down to people,
Does it work the other way around? Are there a bunch of Asians in New York teaching newer Asians about Christianity?
Yeah, certainly.
Protestant work ethic.
So wait, do some people go to America to find themselves? And I'm going to not do an accent here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but these are people that like, have kind of gotten caught up in the myth of like, yo, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, the economy is huge, so they do go there and they try.
Of all the groups we've described there, the through line is that they think they're it's main character energy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what happens is Bangkok is such a choose your own adventure story. And you are interesting to someone, right? Like,
oh, absolutely. You're going to find
welcome
somebody
back
who's
home.
like, you're right,
Yeah. And I guess these people are just high on their own farts.
Very much so.
But there are some people. I mean, if you have found your way here in the country, I think we should not always only shit on these people. It's just like, okay, they're the things they enjoy and they're living their life here.
No, the problem isn't that they're enjoying themselves.
But if
the
they're
problem is that
preaching
they're
about
telling Davidson that like, your life is fucked.
Yeah.
You need to do what I'm doing because I've got it completely.
No,
figured
of course,
out.
but that's
No, and I know, and I would never like unless can you imagine? But it would be the same concept as if I went up to them and I was like, "What are you fucking doing, you loser? Why are you out here wearing drapes right now? Like you should be back in New York grinding." You know, because
whereas the polite thing to do is bite your tongue and then say it on a podcast.
yeah, exactly, yeah, and talk about Corey and like behind his back.
Right.
was he really called Corey?
No, I forget his name.
He's gonna be our only listener.
Right, yeah. He's gonna be like,
gonna
"Hey man, I heard what you
hate
fucking said. Yeah. If I didn't believe in peace, I'd kill you."
There's going to be 10,000 Corys in the comments.
right.
Like, oh, my friends tagged me in this, fuck you guys.
And he's got all kinds of potions and talismans and shit. He's gonna be doing.
If you
voodoo.
guys know Corey, tag him on this kind of.
You wouldn't do this because you're not this kind of guy, but you would actually be right to talk to a bunch of the comedians in that tone, going, "What the fuck are you guys doing here? You should be in New York, doing more shows and trying to actually get better at this thing instead of telling the same." Never mind.
I was like, I'm gonna let you go on that. You know what I mean? No, okay. This is a crazy aside, but have you guys met people out here that have learned their English through like American television before?
Sure.
Like, have you? Yeah, because you will meet Asian people that speak like American black people.
Totally. I know one guy in particular.
Yeah.
Not from Thailand, but we all know who we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Hi, Ray.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm just like,
what up, motherfucker? I'm from Burma.
yeah, I know. I'm like,
Bernie Mac.
what? Yeah, I'm like, did you watch BET? And like, yeah. Like, I'm like, what the
Hell yeah.
so he's the guy I want most to come to New York. I want to put him up on shows and just confuse the living shit out of people. You know what I mean? Because it is like, you could give me 1,000 guesses about the type of accent that was going to come out of this person's mouth. You know what I mean? And I would not get it. You know?
Yeah.
But you see all these different types of people trying on identities out here, you know.
That's a very good example. So I feel like you can choose your own adventure, right? So you can, and even like every day you can like wake up. Oh, today I'm this person, and but nobody will call you out here. I know that they are fed up with those type people, but still there's this respect for it's welcome, sir, and you do your thing, and you would not be like, oh, this was shitty behavior, for instance. I think that's why also Bangkok is a rather dangerous city because you have no corrective behavior of the society around you
for too long.
Exactly.
And then you become high on your own supply.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because when you go to the Middle East, you're like, what are the customs? I must follow them or I'm in big trouble. Whereas here,
anything goes and they let you go till you find your demise.
Exactly.
It's binary. You're like, fine.
And Thai people are so non-confrontational that they'll never call out like weird public behavior. And so if you're on the train and you see some weird white guy like listening to music really loud or something, or like dancing or like hanging on the fucking pole,
it's a strip club, but
whatever. A lot of these memories blend together. But you always kind of go, as an expat, you always go like, "Come on, bro, you're making it shittier for the rest of us," because they're never gonna call you out, but they're just gonna hate us more inside.
But it's changed over the last 10 years, and the big change has been Russians. Because you used to be able to get away with anything. I remember 20 years ago, and again, helps when you're like a teenager, younger.
Are Russians just poorly behaved? Is that
yes, and flagrant about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I say something racist?
Come at me in the comments, bro.
Against Russians? Yes.
Wait, hang on. Russians.
Racist clock here.
Count out.
I haven't done it yet.
It's Justin time.
It's the racist minute. All right. Russians are the Chinese people of white people.
All right.
That's offending 4 groups in one sentence. So you used to be able to just like walk into the cinema and there's a sign saying no food from outside, and you just walk in with a bucket of KFC, and someone would politely like bow and motion to the side, and you'd be like, "Cool, bro," and walk past them, and they're too polite to do anything about it, and that's it. I even remember like climbing over a barrier to sit at the front of like Disney escapades or something in the VIP box, and someone coming over
you're
to
just
typical
behaving
Bangkok.
terribly
check
out
my
here.
tickets.
What the hell
and
are you
I
doing?
just proudly gave them the wrong tickets.
Right.
And then they just nod and go talk to each other and then don't do anything.
Yeah, they're like, look at this guy.
And then they were like, "What are you doing, sir?" And he was like, "I'm Russian." And then that's where the hatred.
dude, good
yeah, he
job.
was the OG Russian.
Yeah, you're a fucking CIA operative.
because that's the default position for how Russians interact with staff everywhere. The Thais have just had to get a lot stern and a lot more vocal. Or they have a security guard whose job it is now to shout, and there'll be some meffed up former Muay Thai guy who comes out and shouts at people who are trying to act like me.
During Holiday on Ice?
Yeah, you needed the Disney escapade. It's wild.
I can't even imagine if Thailand didn't have the rule that you couldn't buy booze from 2 to 5 and then after midnight in most locations, because I feel like there would just be a rolling blackout that would be happening.
I can imagine it because I remember that law coming in and it was fine. I mean,
I know, but I feel like it's a good temperance movement on like Russian. You know, I mean, maybe it has no effect, but I can only imagine because I've met so many people in a rolling blackout here, like never not sober. You know, and this I think affects your behavior. I think to put it mildly, you know what I mean? And so societal norms go by the wayside if you're drunk as
you guys all get along with me, so
There's also, if you've been here long enough, or even if you haven't, there's ways around this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's businesses like that will just sell it to you anyway.
It's a law for the stupid. So if all you've managed to do, if your Thai culture experience is finding the nearest 7-Eleven, then yes, it will stop you.
Yeah, just go to the next mom and pop shop that's 10 meters away.
Yeah, but it, like I would say hard liquor is harder to get, you know, because of that law. Is that fair to say? Like getting beer is
good hard liquor, but you can always buy low if you want to drink Hong Tong or Sang Sum.
Right.
I don't know why you would, or Black Conch.
Hong Kong is great.
I'm telling you though, even like, and if you watch like Mad Men, it's hilarious. Like 1960s level attitudes towards alcoholism, but they're like, oh, I've switched to beer, you know, until 6 p.m.
I consider
and then
beer
I
a
start
soft drink.
drinking. Yeah, I only drink beer during the day. It's like, oh, all right, well then we're all good. You know what I mean? But like, and that's sometimes. But like you see, like especially living a comedian's lifestyle out here, you have nothing to do until the show. You know what I mean? It's very conducive to drinking, and I feel like people are coming to Bangkok with and this is not an original thought, but they're like, we're gonna be fucked up the entire time. And then you couple that already with the Russian attitudes around drinking, and you get a fucking crazy combination of entitlement, of a grievance, and alcoholism.
One thing though, I feel like I have not really seen any fist fights here, and I don't know how
really?
You're from the UK, so obviously maybe it's more stabbing, and then you guys have guns, so I don't know. And I have nothing to say about Austria.
They've never done anything bad.
No, never in history. Never.
They keep it in the basement.
right. Hey. Yeah. There's a lot of leather and whips and chains.
Famously peaceful.
But there's just something about like, okay, Thai prison, I feel, is a pretty big
That's a good deterrent. Yeah.
Because
like
you know,
prison,
you've seen the movies, you know, the raping and the shackles and all of that stuff, and just the grossness of it all.
You guys should call your podcast that. No.
Yeah. The raping and the shackles?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you rape somebody in shackles? Or?
Well, it's easier that way, But what I'm getting at, though,
is a life hack.
Is despite the fact that everyone is getting plastered, people generally are kind of... Best behavior is the wrong way to put this, but they're not being confrontational.
There's like a governor on it, like they don't take it to the absolute.
And you can
10.
see, like, you could be hammered and bump into some roided out, tatted up guy, and he'll just be like, he's on vacation. He doesn't want to have a fight right now.
So there's obvious exceptions. One is, you know, the reason that happens is because Thai people are fairly chill, so they get away with more than they would. I mean, England mostly, because there's no weapons, people do get into fistfights, but there's a general understanding that your friends will break it up before it gets too serious. And so there's a type of English person, it's going out of fashion these days, young people don't drink as much, but...
yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Right?
Get on our level.
I was looking forward to being the age where I was buying alcohol for the young kids, but it just, they don't get asked anymore.
Uncle Chris, dude. Uncle Chris is coming over.
And I used to see it again 20 years ago. You'd get these Brits on holiday and they'd like have a few pints and then like start a fight on a local. And the thing is, like, Thais are so polite because most of them own guns.
That's
Like,
true.
again, it's that binary flip. It's
But
like,
the police
they're
aren't even
really
armed.
polite, they're really polite, and then they're not. Most taxi drivers have a gun in the glove box. I guarantee it.
But I've seen some horrible behavior on tuk-tuks, people loading in like 8 people, you know, the tuk-tuk driver being like, no, and then like the level of entitlement out here is like, no, you are going to take us, you know? Maybe he should flash his gun. Like, you know what I mean? That's
the American solution.
No, but he'll just take him to a dark alley and demand $5,000.
Yeah, you're right. I've never seen the end of that interaction.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you can incorporate with some tuk-tuk drivers to get more people to the joint. Like.
Right. Yeah, just bring him here.
Right.
Right, go in there.
Yeah,
we've entertained this. I've tried to push this.
Yeah.
that's a good idea because I've gotten in these tuk-tuks.
Yeah.
Not with 8 people, but going like, all right, come take us to a bar. Maybe it's like a Buddhist holiday or something. And then you end up at some really seedy kind of brothel.
Where they're paying commission.
Then what happened? Yeah.
And then I went home. But, but let's just bring those people here.
Right.
They were like, it's even scarier because of just the alleyway here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get a little.
We're pivoting. This is now a business podcast, guys.
Yeah.
And Chris stands there with like a bed sheet, like, ooh.
Haunted house brothel.
Just kidding. Comedy.
Comedy. Yeah.
Good to see a bunch of white guys talk about
So
their
yeah,
dicks.
I've seen a few Brits who are used to a bit of a scrap and a bit of fun, and they've gotten some fight with some Thai guy over the rules of pool or whatever, and then yeah, sure enough, like the Thai guy walks out with a black eye, comes back 20 minutes later with a bunch of friends. You just hear like the mopeds, and we're like, oh, no, we need to get out of here.
Right.
And it's just a fucking massacre.
So you see,
because Thais will lose the battle, but they won't lose the war.
Right. And I just don't understand the arrogance. I think like the problem with like having your economy based this much around tourism is like it's just a numbers game. There's going to be a segment of the population that's just god awful. You know what I mean? And because there's so many tourists here, there's
And it
going
depends
to
where
be
you
a large
go,
amount
right?
of people that
Like,
are god
That's why they also have places like right here, Khao San Road, because
Yeah.
you can keep them contained.
Contained, yeah. That's true. They call it like sacrifice zones in the United States, where it's like, all right, this is where the homeless people are going to be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like that here, but with the tourists.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, all right, you guys party there. Where I'm staying at in like near Icon Siam was very
Ooh, la-di-da.
yeah, but it's very Thai, you know. So it's like you don't see a lot of like, and people are so much better behaved. Like it's like there's not a lot of like.
I mean, that's why a lot of the expats who live here hate this area, and you invite people here, they're like, oh no, I don't go to Khao San.
I know,
And a lot of tourists, like their third trip here, like graduate out of Khao San and go, oh, when I was naive, I used to think Khao San was good.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Soy 11 now and hit up levels.
So much better, yeah. And it's just better quality makeup on the prostitutes, really. But the thing is, like,
Works for me.
Yeah.
and I think the rich Thais have started coming to Khao San because they like looking at the human zoo, which is Khao San Road.
Right.
They really enjoy watching those bird shit Farang Kinok bagpackers in elephant pants drinking buckets.
Oh, it's like
and
going
vomiting
slumming.
on the floor. Yeah, it's like a zoo. They're just like, what are these white people doing?
It'd be funny to have them like in an exhibit.
Yeah, right.
Behind in cages. Like that's what we should do.
You're
for this
like,
podcast.
what is Manchester United? I don't understand.
Thai people love football though.
Throw them some soy milk.
Yeah, that's been the most weirdest. Is you get in a taxi and the Thai guy will inevitably know more about British football than I do.
Yeah. It dispels the myth of any level of exceptionalism among like white culture, I would say, particularly as it relates to like Americans, you know? Like I feel like if they came here and saw the diversity and the way people act, they'd maybe be a little humbled, you would hope, but I don't know. Some people bring their whole world that is in their head and they act however they want to in this country.
Americans generally though, when they come here, are pretty humble. They're guys like you that are kind of like, yeah, we know, sorry.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Often it's, hi, I'm from America.
Brits,
Sorry, is the introduction.
Yeah, you're almost Canadian about your shit.
Yeah.
But Brits, like the lads, maybe also because it's closer, because you maybe get these types like going to like Mexico or Costa Rica
that's
or
so
whatever.
True, yeah.
But like, so it's kind of more expensive, and you guys the Americans tend to be more worldly, whereas the Brits, they bring that fucking, all right, mate, let's fucking, and any negative stereotype you have about like Americans, that they're rude, that they're entitled, that they're arrogant, I totally see British people acting that way all the time.
Yeah, you won't offend me with this. I've said before, like, if I walk into a British pub in Bangkok, or anywhere for that matter, I will immediately leave. If you walk somewhere and like it's just British flags on the
Wayne
wall,
Rooney
British
on the
TV,
yeah.
and everyone's talking in the thicket. Get the fuck
Why?
out.
Because you're like, no, not again. I'm not going back into that life. You can
Trying
feel
to get
yourself
out, they pull me
turning.
back in.
Do you feel like this, Stefan? Do you feel like that there's any level of like when you see Germans misbehaving? Are you like, that's Germans, not me? You know what I mean? Or is there kind of like enough cultural similarity to where you
Between
like,
Austria or Germany?
yeah, like because I've met way more Germans out here than I have Austrians.
I'm very exotic. You can touch me.
Yeah.
You're actually the only Austrian I've ever met in my entire life.
I'll show you my pot of gold.
But I feel like do you feel this like secondhand embarrassment when you see like I would say Germans, their stereotype is just that they like take themselves too seriously and are not always the best comedy audiences.
But I think, and we asked, like when we went a couple of years, we went to Vietnam and we stayed at a homestay, and we asked the owner, who are the worst tourists? Expecting that they're Germans and French, and like no, actually yes, the Germans are I want this and the bus is late, but they behave respectfully. They want what this do, and I paid for this, and this is not correct. But they won't make like a big fuss out of that.
Right. Yeah.
Austrians neither. The French, they always complain like, the food was disgusting, but it stays there.
Mm-hmm.
But like so the Vietnamese guys said the worst are Russians and Israeli.
Yeah.
Really?
They're super entitled and everything. And I've seen like in Nepal, they had an omelette. I mean, we're talking about Bangkok, but it existed, an omelette chef, right? Making an omelette. And sure enough, the Israeli guy was grabbing the ingredients himself. And Nepali people are very polite. Oh, sorry, so you cannot. And very entitled.
Yes.
So I feel like, of course.
Is that restaurant still Nepal or is it called Israel now?
No, it was it was in Nepal.
Former Nepal.
Yeah.
Now Israel.
So I don't feel that embarrassed, but like usually when I come, all my passport, right? They look at my passport, they have no idea.
They're like, what the
No
fuck is this?
Australia?
Exactly. No
Bring it on,
Let
mate.
some letters out of here.
there's no stereotypes. It's actually quite cool because you're like a blank slate, and then you can like interact.
Oh,
with
that's
people.
kind of nice. Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh my
I
god.
mean, like some Asians, of course, like the older generation, they know like Austria for like the opera and Mozart and this kind of stuff. So like,
And then the later.
and then I come out and they're like, oh, you're not that smart actually. And
There's a shitload of Canadians here. I would say there's more Canadians than
But even
Americans.
even here, I would say like the comedy audience. Yeah, the Germans don't laugh that loud, but they're also super well behaved all the time. It's like almost too much. Like so, yes, this was
Yeah, if
funny.
anything, we would like them to misbehave.
I know. It's like let a little more loose, you know.
And Canadians definitely do get around a lot.
Yeah.
Because our country's cold.
Right.
Yeah, this time of year.
Right.
there's an
Yeah.
exodus
I
from
thought you were
Canada.
about to expound on
No,
this.
there's no deep
Because it's
reason.
fucking cold.
It's cold.
No, but I think I don't know who said it. You're spot on. I think like also the geographical distance makes a lot of because British people like for them I think Ryanair might fly to Bangkok or something, right?
Right.
I guess
It
they
takes
don't-
longer to get to one of our shitty outskirt of the city's airport and then go to Spain than it does just to hop on a plane and go to
So,
Bangkok.
and I think you said like I think the Americans, the cliche, the party tourists, they go to Cancun or something like this. And the Americans that come here, maybe they are here for the culture. I don't know because Thailand has a lot to offer actually.
Have you ever been in Pattaya when an aircraft carrier has pulled into town?
Oh yeah,
These are
the
special Americans,
military.
like-
Yeah, they like live here kind of though, right? They're in like long-term
I mean,
deployment. Yeah.
those people made the ping pong show, right? Like, Thai didn't
God
wake up
bless
one
them.
morning and go, "Hey guys, I've had an idea."
Can you explain? Because I wasn't aware what they made like the demand. to come.
So during the Vietnam
crazy.
War,
Okay.
right, Thailand, Pattaya specifically, was where they went for R&R, rest and relaxation. And I guess, like the dollar used to be worth a lot more, the baht used to be worth a lot less. And once you've paid 40 women to do whatever you want, I guess you get bored.
This part of Forrest Gump was left out. You know, when he won the ping pong tournament, it was like, wait a minute, Jenny, get over here.
What else can we stick in
This
there?
ping pong ball smells like.
Jenny, it smells like AIDS.
There we go. I was gonna say smells like cigarettes.
They have
The Thais must think we really love ping pong.
Life is like a box of ping pong.
You never know what you're going to
You
get.
never know what STD.
Have you witnessed a ping pong show?
Yeah, once I got, it was fucking awful. I really didn't like it. I got some of it in my mouth when she like sprayed, you know.
You were in the splash zone.
Droplet, it hit me. I was like, all right, that's yeah. And then I saw her do the razor blade thing, you know. Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm really glad I saw it. So now seen it.
She
you know
just
what I mean?
cut some paper for those that are now.
Right.
cringing.
Yeah.
There's also there's less depressing ones. I've seen a fun ping pong show.
Right.
I think this was like the pro leagues, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
I saw
like
the amateur
gladiators,
circuit,
right?
yeah.
Obviously, there's like a certain level of blood sport, and probably shouldn't have used that term, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But if you go up to kind of the show, the real show, where they're really good, it's different. You don't feel as much as they're being exploited. It's just this woman is extremely talented. Because I've seen a woman shoot darts. They're like little plastic darts. And she's just sniping balloons with deadly accuracy.
That is impressive.
She's better
I can't
with
do that
her-
with my hands. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. She's better with her vagina than I would have been with my hand.
Right.
She's the fucking Alexander Ovechkin of ping pong shows.
Who is that?
He's a
A lot of
hockey
women
player.
are better.
I got you.
A lot of women are better with their
a
vagina
sniper.
than I could do it with my hand. But there you go.
Right.
So the way you go to a good ping pong show is not get taken by a tuk-tuk.
Yeah, go to the
who's on
classy
commission.
one. Yeah.
Take me to the classiest.
The VIV
I would like
one.
your most expensive bottle of wine. I would like to see. Yeah.
Where the girls are really talented.
Yeah,
called ping
and they're
pong.
usually
Table
in their,
table tennis.
they're usually in their 40s and 50s, which makes me think that they were like sex workers that like
They've aged out.
Yeah, aged out of the industry.
It's a pension plan.
Yeah.
It's a social security safety net that America is
Somebody
sorely
suggest that
lacking.
to Trump, dude.
Well, it's like when a running back blows out his knee and then he becomes a commentator or whatever, you know? It's like that.
So
Because they have short careers.
you're saying
gonna
everybody who
take
goes to a
that
ping pong
down,
show
yeah.
supports elderly former prostitutes in their
Yeah.
final
It's
years?
a pension plan. I
Pension
like
plan,
it.
I'm gonna write it off on my taxes.
I've been in Thailand for too
Charity.
fucking long. I've been to too many ping pong shows, and it's your friends come out here, and it's one of the things they want to do.
Yeah.
And by the time your sixth ping pong show rolls through, and you're like, oh my god, okay. And again, you just go to one where it's nice. They don't hassle you. They're not trying to.
They're
sneak
just
things
there to
your
put on a
bill.
good show.
They put on the show. They charge entrance. They overcharge for drinks. You pay 1,500. It's slightly ripped off, but anything. God, for that money, I could have got something. Anyway, and then you go home. But it just is sad to me talking about the sexpats that there are people who literally come here as many times as they can,
Right. As
Just
many
for a
times their
month
governments
of-
will allow them. Yeah.
just for a month of boom boom.
Yeah.
And that's their impression of Thailand. And when you tell people you live in Thailand, they're like, oh, because of the sex work.
I know.
And
The
that's not even how they
stereotype
say it.
around
Right.
it is unfortunate.
Like for
It's like,
Chris
no, I
and
came here to marry my wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Who
we
is
both
Thai?
have,
All right?
like a wife who's not in the trade,
Yeah.
Not in the game.
not in the game, and we have kids here. So it's because it's crazy. Just your impression of Thailand might be way different than ours because
Of
you can
course,
live
yeah.
a pretty boring life here. The three of us do it, where you just get up and go to work. You don't go to any ping pong shows unless your friends come over to visit. And then,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then you go on tour.
You pay
Well,
taxes.
that's pretty similar to living in New York in that like people when they visit you want to go to Times Square, go see
Yeah.
a Broadway show. It just doesn't revolve as much around the sex industry.
For sure.
Generally speaking, yeah. Yeah.
They don't have the peep shows anymore in New York.
No, all that got replaced by like Toys R Us and shit like that, and the M&M store. Yeah. Which I mean, to a certain extent, I wish they still had those because that's like Pee Wee Herman is my favorite. I don't know.
How do we end this hot mess?
Yeah.
What
I think it was good.
How long have-
type of
honestly.
white person should
Yeah.
we talk about to wrap it up? Us.
Yeah.
We're different. We're
Of
better
course.
than all of those people.
We are, yes. We are enlightened in a way, and we've
More enlightened than people that tell you they're enlightened.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly,
We keep it under
yeah.
our hat.
and we've got it all figured out over here. Let me tell you, I love getting paid relatively well, but saving zero money and having no retirement plan.
Oh, nice. Well, that's everyone on Earth right now, outside of like a few. Select
But
few.
everyone back home in the UK, in the States, probably in Austria too, in Canada, nobody in our generation can afford to own a home anymore.
Yeah. So you might as well enjoy your life.
But I'm farther behind everyone back home who can't afford a home
Is that
because
right?
I'm getting paid in Thai baht.
But actually, this is now we're circling maybe back. I think we're doing sometimes a disservice to Bangkok because it can be a really nice city to live in. Because it's quite, I mean, if you're on a Western salary, of course,
Yes.
it's very affordable in the sense of like a taxi ride costs $5. Grab this kind of food. You have all the cuisines in the world available, and they're good cuisines. Like the Japanese restaurant is really authentic Japanese cuisine. You have pizza. So it's a very livable city, wasn't it, for the air pollution and the traffic, I would say. So you can have a good life here. for not you don't know because in Austria also, but also in Canada, I guess you have to earn really, really a lot to have a decent life. Here you can have a decent life without this kind of luxury pay for it.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah,
That's a good pitch. Better,
Right,
way better
exactly.
than Corey.
Right. I should end this by saying I love Thailand and I'll definitely be back. You know. That
Oh
kind
no,
of
but
shit.
the white people are my least favorite part of it.
Right. Yeah. This is like an
Speak for
aside, and
yourself.
I should just ask this off the pod. But like, do you guys move? Is there a group of people that leaves when the pollution gets really bad in Thailand? Do they, or in Bangkok, do they go to different areas of the country? And they're like, all right, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Or-
like on weekends we try to leave all the time during pollution season.
Right,
But
yeah.
I have to work most of the time. But that's the main reason I'm gonna probably. This is boring for the podcast, but I'm probably going to move back to Canada with my wife and kid just because that's the main reason, just the pollution
Yeah.
and the traffic kind of safety. It's not really a kid-friendly city.
Yeah.
Few are, but this is especially fucking dangerous.
Yep.
Yeah. And when people are complaining about the pollution, I like reminding them, like, this is as good as it's going to get, guys. Like, do you think in 5 years the world will be less polluted? Is that how you're gambling?
And a way to look at it too, Dusty, a comedian who used to live here, would be like, you know, there's no traffic, there's no pollution, then there's no soy cowboy. So
Taking the lifeblood away from Bangkok.
everything is kind of a trade-off, and
Totally.
Bangkok is amazing, and there's a lot of downsides, but the good definitely outweighs the bad.
By a lot, yeah, I would say.
What a milk toast.
Yeah, that was so lame.
What are we supposed
Otherwise
to
exciting
Dude,
episode.
come on.
How
Like,
long?
what-
How long have you been recording?
Too long. It's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll definitely, some of this will hit the cutting room floor, I would
No,
have.
but how long? Because like normally isn't the podcast like an hour long? We've not been sitting here for an hour.
40.
Okay.
That's enough. I'll edit that down and we'll be good.
Yeah,
Good little half hour.
All we need to do, I think, is maybe the intro. Should we say who we are and what this podcast is about? We kind of jumped straight in.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, welcome to Bangkok, City of Legends. I'm Chris Cooke.
I'm Justin St-Denis.
I'm Stefan Bobner.
And I'm Davidson Boswell.
That was like really newscaster.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. And I feel like you did at the beginning. Yeah, you kind of did it already. Like, and if you
All right, we good?
Hold up, wait. If I've been a lady boy, am I still straight? Let's have a competition, get the measuring tape. Bangkok, yeah, I do it for the game. Hop up in the city in a dope. Make me put. Dang lay, kwam sup. Hop up in the city in a dope. Make me put. Dang lay, kwam sup. Hop up in the city in a dope. Make me put. Dang lay, kwam sup. Hop up in the city in a dope. Make me put. Dang lay, kwam sup.
Rideอยู่ที่ BKK กับแก๊ง Small แค่ไหน big ก็อยู่บนครอบนะใช้ชีวิตให้มันพิเศษแบบ trap time อยากจะเป็นมันกูมันคงเรื่อง trap ไง Small แค่ไหน big ได้อยู่บนโต๊ะเด็กมาไกลอย่างกูว่าคงไม่นอนคุก2025กำลังอยากเปลี่ยนลุคถ้าอยากสะอาดมันคงต้องเปลี่ยนชุดอยากกินของอร่อยมันคงต้องเปลี่ยนกุ๊กอยากจะเมาจนจัดมันคงต้อง10ชุดอยากจะมาภาพแต่ต้อง10ชุดSip it on that lane, yeah. Let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry.